Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about Bitcoin today and doing some technical analysis on it. We're going to be talking about a huge drop that's possibly coming for Bitcoin. Last time this happened, we dropped about 50%. So we're going to be talking about that indicator and what is actually going to happen here, and if it's possible that we drop the same amount again. Basically right now we've got 80% longs on Bitfinex, 19% shorts. It's a little bit different to Binance. Binance is actually 34% long and 65% short. BitMEX is pretty even here, and overall we've got more longs. So we possibly may see a long squeeze, but right now I think that we're going to push up a little bit. As soon as I started this video, actually we're pushing up. So we're being rejected for the moment, but I'll show you guys here on a lower time frame. We're actually pushing up here quite nicely, as you can see right here, pushing up pretty nicely here. So let's see how far we can go, and we'll probably see where we go in this video actually. So if we can close below above this, it's going to be pretty good for longs. We're getting rejected pretty hard though. So let's go on the weekly actually and start this, and we'll see what happens at the end of the video with Bitcoin's price. But right now from the weekly, we've got 3 consecutive lower highs, and along with lower lows as well, which is the first time it's actually happened since 2018, when we had the big bear market. That's the first time it's happened since then, and it's looking pretty bearish weekly. As you can see right here, we've actually closed below, or we are below the 21 EMA. So if we can push above that, it would be pretty good, but right now we're below it. So it's not looking very good for the bulls here. As you can see, we've got that cross as well a while ago. That's about it for the weekly, but as you can see, we do have 3 consecutive lower highs, and that is not bullish in any way. Last time that happened, as I said, we were in the bear market. On the daily, it's very interesting here actually. So as you can see, we had this huge pump right here, got rejected straight away, and we've come down and we're looking like this right now. Right, and we're under all the major moving averages and the EMAs. This one is the 21 EMA, this one is the 50 MA, this one is the 200 EMA, and we closed below that 2 days ago. Or yeah, 2 days ago. And as you can see, we've dropped pretty hard since then. This grey dot basically shows that momentum to the downside is dying, and this is like this on many indicators. As you can see on the RSI, if I pull the RSI up here, we'll add the RSI to our chart. And the stocks as well. If you look on those, you'd see that momentum to the downside is definitely dying. As you can see here, it's not confirmed, or we've got a low and then we've got a higher low here, which means that we should see a little push up. And I'm happy to start closing shorts if we end up pushing above these and end up closing above them. But right now we've got a lot of resistance to get through. It's basically looking exactly like it did when we were dumping a few weeks ago, before we had this insane push up. So it's not looking very good for the bulls. And we're actually about to get across here also. What is that? The 100 and the 200. Right, so that's actually a bearish cross that we're about to get here, with the 100 MA and the 200 MA. So that should be coming soon. As you can see, they're pretty close to touching right here. So yeah, let's get rid of all these and I'll show you guys something. So on the daily, if you are a follower of my channel, you would have seen that we were talking about this possible bounce spot, which bounced pretty perfectly. So Bitcoin usually likes to retrace to the 618, and as you can see, we've retraced the 618 into the golden pocket. This is called the golden pocket, the 618 ratio and the 6.5. So we basically had, everyone in my channel would have had longs laddered here in this pocket, so small here and then bigger all the way down, and we've had a pretty good bounce so far. So if you actually got in at the bottom here or had longs stacked in here, that's 8,347 so far to 8,531. So that would have been a very good long for you guys and a lot of profit. We look like we're getting rejected pretty hard actually, but yeah, so that would have been a very good long to get. I have actually closed that one, but I do have shorts still from higher up. We're still under all the MAs, so as I said, I'll start closing them if we go up higher. And I wanted to just show you guys the 1 day too. or where was that cross that I noticed to show you guys? Okay, so we're about to we'll get rid of these, and I'll show you guys these. So if we get rid of all these, you will see right here that we actually have a bearish cross coming very soon. So these dotted lines, it's the 21 EMA, and this is the 377 EMA. So this is going to be a bearish cross. All the moving averages on all time frames basically are pointing down, which means the trend is down. So it's not looking very good. But this bearish cross is going to be pretty bad as well. It's going to probably dump the price pretty good here, and for some pretty good gains. As you can see, that's the 21 EMA. My bad, that one was the daily. These dotted lines is a 21 EMA on the daily. So yeah, so that bearish cross, as you can see, it's very, very close. So we've got a lot of bearish sentiment right here with Bitcoin on all the charts. We'll go on to the 4 hour. Another interesting thing about the 4 hour is we'll get back these EMAs or MAs. As you can see, we're still below all the MAs. If you were on my channel, if you weren't already in a short, you would have shorted right here, like I said, on the 200 MA, and it literally dropped. As soon as we close this below the 200 MA, as you can see right here, you would have took this short right here. Let's say even basically at the bottom at 8,640, you would have wrote it down for almost $300 in profits. And on leverage, that would have been very, very good gains. So if you guys did follow me on that one, you would have had some pretty nice gains. As you can see, that's 3.73% on 10 times leverage. That would have been 30% gains. So yeah, that's pretty good. We were actually a little bit short. I was short from a little bit higher as well. So yeah, that was a very, very good short, and we're actually riding a very good long. As I said, we longed in this pocket. We had long orders set all in here, and we've pushed up pretty nicely so far. And as you can see right now in the video, as we're talking, we're pushing up pretty nice. The US is waking up, so it's looking good for a little long right here. And then we'll go on to, what else do we need to talk about? So just one last thing, if we do push above this 200 MA, I'm happy to start thinking about longs again for the temporary, for a little temporary maybe quick scalp. But as far as as long as we don't close above this, close a 4 hour candle above this, then we're not going to be looking for longs unless you're already in this long that we talked about recently, because we can get rejected pretty hard. So we'll go on to the, what else do I need to show you guys? Oh yeah, and as I said, basically, as you can see, all these gray dots, they're basically showing momentum to the downside is dying. As you can see, we had a gray dot here and we pushed up pretty hard. So momentum to the downside is definitely dying on a lot of indicators. Even on the RSI, as you can see, we have a low here, a high low here, a low or a higher low, or a lower high, sorry. And then, yeah, so momentum to the downside is definitely dying on many indicators. I also wanted to show you guys this on the 4 hour. As you can see right here, this is pretty big bullish divergence forming on the 4 hour. It's actually confirmed right now. So we could see a pretty big push up, pretty decent push up. So that is actually confirmed. When you see, I'll show you guys why it's confirmed. When you see this clip into here, this wave clip into this wave, then that is confirmed bullish divergence. Now, as you can see right here, it conforms with the candles as well. We've been rejected pretty hard. Wow. We're dumping pretty hard, or at least $20 so far. That's not good. We couldn't put it, as long as we don't put a high in here, we'll go on the low time frame and I'll show you. As long as we don't put in we need to put a high low in here at least. So we need to get above, yeah, we need to get above these right now, or it's not looking too good. We're dumping pretty hard. Wow, that's huge sales coming in. Have a look at this. Look at all these sales. Very nice. Okay. So that's pretty bad. That's a nasty candle we have right there. Alrighty, so we're going to be talking about this quickly before I end off this video. Bitcoin could fall, or last time this happened, Bitcoin fell 50%, and that was from $6,000. So we went into a pretty bad bear market from there, or dropped pretty hard. And basically what it is these EMA ribbons, or these ribbons that are basically for the miners, and they're called the hash ribbons. And as you can see right here, they're about to cross, or they have crossed, and this was a huge sell signal last time. So mining difficulty is getting a lot harder, and a lot more miners are actually stopping mining now. So last time this happened, a lot of people had to stop mining, and this cross happened. It was pretty bad for Bitcoin, but what good does come out of this is that in the middle, you don't always know when obviously until afterwards, you don't know when the middle is or when the best time to buy is, but usually this brings up the opportunity to have a really, really good buy on Bitcoin. And as long as you can time it right, even if it's in the middle, you'd be able to get a really good long position for Bitcoin. Obviously not on leverage, but you'd be able to get a pretty good long position. So actually we've had a pretty wow, we had a very, very hard rejection by the bears right now. That is huge. This might dump really hard. We're going to go back on and show you. Wow. Look at this candle now. It's dumping very, very hard. Wow. Okay. Alrighty. That's very nice by the bears. So as you can see, there's a lot of resistance. As I said, there's just too much to resistance to go up right now. It's obviously momentum to downside is dying a little bit, but it's just too hard for the bulls to push up right now because of the resistance that we have. And it's not resistance on lower time frames, it's resistance on higher time frames, which makes it a lot harder for the bulls to push up. So we've got to be really careful. We didn't even get to the 50 MA right now, and we got rejected. So we've got to be really careful with any position that you're taking right now. The trend is obviously bearish, so the more chances of you going into a short and profiting is better. And as you can see here, hold on. So one last thing I wanted to say, we didn't have the biggest reaction that I wanted to see off the golden pocket. Usually when you see a golden pocket like this, you'll see a huge move up. We haven't had the best reaction. So this could possibly, next time it does test down here, make sure that you don't just stack them in here again, because there's a high possibility that it will dump through. And the next support level would be 8,000. And I'll show you guys why 8,000 has a lot of confluence. So as you can see right here, we've got this range. I'll draw a box for you guys so you can see. So this range is about the $8,000 range right here. And as you can see, we've got so much support here, it's insane. So we're gonna have a very good long to actually get, if you missed out on this long that we called on this channel, then you'll be able to have another opportunity at longing around the 8,050 range. So right here, as you can see, there's a lot of confluence there, and it dates all the way back to here. And this is on the daily, so there's a lot of support in this $8,000 range, 8,100, 8,000 range, and there's a big possibility that it will bounce from here. So I'll definitely be looking to long 8,000. And yeah, so last time I told you guys long there, it worked out perfectly. The short worked out perfectly. So if you do want to pick up this long, there's a high possibility that it will play out. So I do recommend it. And yeah, so thanks for watching today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.